stood up and shook that person's hand, but I heard the guy was a real animal.
Jerry just said, I don't know if the animal was strong enough.
I got acquainted with Ray down in Chicago at the College All-Star game, and he and I were drafted by Green Bay the same year, and I made the mistake of calling him a mental giant. He took it back, so we got off to a bad start. And you look at Ray, and he lost his dad when he was 3. He lost his mom when he was 11. Grew up in South Side of Chicago. And to me, the best analogy I can come up with is Ray was a junkyard dog. You got close to him, he started snarling and snapping and striking. And I think it was his youth growing up unprotected. He couldn't show any weakness. He couldn't show any soft spots. So he was just snarling and snapping all the time. And on top of that, the first couple of years in Green Bay, he was a mean drunk. He'd get drinking just a little bit, and he would be the nastiest human being you could ever run into. We happened to be out one night. I had invited him outside once, and he declined the invitation. So I felt a little more comfortable about inviting him out again, right? And we were having a few beers, and he got loud and nasty and obnoxious, and I invited him outside. And I get to the door, and he's right behind me. I go, uh-oh. So I get outside, and he comes outside, so we're both outside, and I said, I better make my statement first. And so I turned around, and I grabbed him by the throat, and I got him up against the wall, and I said, you want some of me? He said, no, man, I don't want to fight you, you're my teammate. Okay. All right, then. Loud, right? Get off my case. I don't know what was. So Ray went from that to finding the love of a lady in Green Bay and finding the love of a team. Went to becoming the nicest, gentlest, most thoughtful, caring, loving human being that I have ever known. For all of our career, except for those first couple of years, he and I had a little ritual before the game started that we always got together. I was up in Appleton at Menards doing an autograph session here 5, 6, 7 years ago, and a guy handed me an item with Ray Nitschke's signature on it. And he had 2 items, and the people at the store had asked us just to sign one thing. And I said, oh, I see you got Ray's autograph. When was that? Just a couple of years ago, just before he passed. And it still hurts me that Raymond's gone. But he said, Jerry, I've got 2 items. Would you sign them? I said, well, they asked us to sign one, but what's the other for? He said, my brother has MS, and he's out in the car, and it's really difficult for him to come in. And I said, give me that. And I said, I'm not supposed to do this. And I'm not allowed to do this. And they asked me not to do it, and so I'm not going to be able to do it. I gave it back to him, and he said, Ray asked me who the second item was for when he was here. And I said, it's for my brother. And he said, where's your brother? He said, out in the car. He said, it's very difficult for him to get in the chair and get in the house, get in and all of that. And Ray stood up. There were 200 people in line, and Ray said, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, folks. I'll be back in 10 minutes. So he goes out to the car, and he spends 10 minutes with the guy's brother and signs his stuff. But it just takes some time like that. And there's 100 stories like that I could tell you about. And he became just such a thoughtful, considerate, caring, wonderful human being. I think his journey from when he arrived in Green Bay to when he left was maybe one of the greatest journeys that I've ever seen. And he became just a wonderful human being, and I grew to love him.